The Coin Game, a game that came out back in 2019 and was on everyone's radar for a long time, but then kind of died off after a while.
Where the fuck was I last time I played this? I love how the screenshot they used for the loading screen still has the UI in it.
I think the best way to describe this game to somebody who hasn't played it is imagine the vibe of waking up in a hotel room and you're in like Vegas or something. And you're not fully like conscious yet, you're kind of waking up still. And you get that kind of homey vibe, but it's like you're having, you're having a good time. It's like Disneyland or something, not Vegas, fuck that. It's a mix of joyness and clueness and slight fear, but mostly joy.
So fucking glad to be back. Yeah. You.
Let's rewind back a bit. Coin Game, by the base, is a game where you go to arcades and you play different games. So you got your, your big fish games with the big old fucking wheel. That's my favorite. You got droppers. You got fucking volleyball. Volleyball, really? That's what I'm calling it. You got like coin machines. You got like arcade cabinets. You got crane machines. All these different kind of things that give you either tickets, prizes, or joy in general. When the game first released, that and its free roam aspect and hints of a survival game were kind of the things that pushed this game forward, because it was always the idea that there was more to it than just the cabinets himself. I will bring up one fact though. For a game called The Coin Game, there are no coins in this game. You don't have a coin, you have a card. There's no coins in this game. And I want to make that very clear. Not saying that's a thing that's bad about it, I kind of don't want to carry a bunch of coins with me, but I will say that's something. And that's wacky. And I don't know how to feel about that. This game by its sheer idea doesn't have a whole lot going for it other than just cool arcade games, but oozes this weird charisma and personality that it's super hard to describe, and almost a liminal feeling to it. It is the liminal embodiment of a kid's birthday party. You don't know who's there, you don't know the people around you, but it's just, if you imagine like a 90s kid's birthday party, that's what this is. And this weird liminal ground that it bases it on allows for so much gameplay and joy that you can do with it, that it works perfectly for the idea about it, because you're able to just place yourself in this space and do whatever you feel like. Go play the arcade games, go sell to the pawn shop, go fucking hit the gambles, go hit the slots, go fucking pull lotteries or do bingo now.
Kill him.
Just added bingo in the newest update. And I'm not talking like kids bingo, I'm talking old man bingo where you use fucking cash and those big ass stampers you stamp on shit. I didn't have those as a kid, I had fucking coins I put on the little boards. Real man bingo where the racist old man in the back starts yelling slurs. That shit's played like it's the poker championships. That shit's got armed guards out front. Literally armed guards out front. That shit's got the coolest table I have ever seen. And right next to it, the most fucked up American flag I've ever seen.
That's gotta be the most expensive bingo machine I think I've ever seen in my life. That shit is built into a marble table. IKEA would be fucking devastated to sell that shit. It is bouncing like a popcorn machine. We're in America. This is the most fucked up flag. Oh my god, holy shit.
And the best part, the slot machine is right next to it. Looking at this in retrospective, it's actually quite funny that you start the game in this like kids pizzeria kind of little Rasta Banana party arcade place, and if you stuck with the game this long, you've ended in a bingo house full of fucking slot machines. You live by the coin game, you die by the coin game, and you're gonna be enjoying it all the fucking way. Before I get into some more about what they should add to this game, other than just more arcade stuff and more entertaining, other options, like there was a lawn mowing game that was cool, but before we get into that, I do want to talk about the idea of this game being early access. This game is a very good example of when early access can kind of be a double-edged sword in a certain way, because you never know how well that big 1.0 release is gonna do for something until you reach it. And when you had your spike way back in 2019 and have kind of gone MIA since then, unless you focused and kept up with the game, there's a chance that you could have already reached the peak of the populace already. It could have already happened. How well can the core values of your game entertain people who come back to it later to keep them focused to play the new content? How much of the original game will they still play to enjoy the new things that you add later? And if the game is based so far around your big core ideals, how do you expand those to allow people to have more joy while playing the original stuff before they're able to get to the new stuff? So games did that. There's multiple ways to do that, but I mean, fixing that issue is the core way to keep people coming back to a game. After that, let's go into some things that I think they should add to this game. Multiplayer is definitely something that should be added to allow people to enjoy this together. I think that is a huge stepping stone when it comes to like figuring this game out, is having some sort of multiplayer, even if it's just 4 people, something like that. A server ID would be really cool as well, but allowing people to, you know, get all these prizes and show off what they're able to unlock and whatnot, and have like competitions, events, things like that in the same game space is a lot of fun and can add a lot of ideas and playthrough and different things to it, especially with something like survival mode where you have to like gain money to do stuff, and maybe there's some, you know, maybe they all want to buy like the van or something that's in the game and they have to scrounge money together and someone's fucking gambling in the corner. Things like that can add a lot of cool variety to the game. One of the things that I thought was really cool is in the UFO arcade room, there is a collection of like the popcorn collectibles that are like things that you can collect through as you go through the missions or whatnot. I'm not actually so sure how you collect all of them, or even if you can. It may just be something that you show there. But having a sort of collect-a-thon ideal around the game could add a lot to it. To have something like all the different arcade rooms, if you beat high scores, or if you beat certain things, you gain certain plushies or whatnot that can go to your house, add to like an achievement system. Maybe doing certain things could unlock cosmetics for your character, or add more additions to, you know, the house, maybe customized for the little duck guy or grandma or something. A skin for the go-kart, a skin for the bike, a skin for the van, a new card customization or watch customization, things on those kind of levels. And adding new ways to gain money compared to gaining tickets would also be cool. Maybe you can work at the movie theater and have to clean it every once in a while, moving at the mall, working at some of the other stores, allowing people to work at stores or make pizzas or do other random jobs like that, maybe like metal detecting on the beach, things like that, to kind of expand out the world and have more creativity around the world to allow people to do more stuff. Hell, do a fucking vigilante job or something where you gotta beat up those like 3 goons running around. The more options you give people to interact with your game and still progress towards having cash or tickets, the more likely they're gonna stick with the game. I think that adds a lot to how you set this shit up, I guess. I don't know, look at Darktide, they do it well. I will constantly say that Darktide is a really good example of how to build a game around the core progression and how to progress through doing stuff. And they keep changing it, and it works well. I'll talk about Darktide one day, I promise. I don't know when that'll be. Maybe when the Arbiter comes out. I don't know. I gotta stop randomly bringing games up that don't have anything to do with what I'm talking about. Let's quickly rank everything together so we can kind of get an idea. First, Arcade Room. Very good. Has a lot of examples of all the good games that are around the area. Has a very fun and enjoyable area. The weird side room where the party guy is and the Rasta Banana feels a little empty, and maybe you can add a little bit more in that room, or leave a little bit more you could do with it. I like the idea that it's kind of like the big theme room where you have a little party. Maybe give them some music, or allow people to like change the music that they play. I think it would be pretty fun. But, you know, that's something that could be modded as much as it can be added, so not much I can add there. Lawn mowing and babysitting, very fun. I like both of those. They were very enjoyable. Stupid, yeah, but enjoyable, and I thought it was fun to see like another house in the building. The main house is really fun. I think it'd be cool if you can get more houses or add a lot more like paintings and stuff to it. I know there's one for the supporter bundle, which I should have gotten by the time I put this up. I guess we'll see. That one's really good, but beyond that, there's kind of not a whole lot you can work with on that one. The pirate one is my favorite looking one that I've seen in the game. I think that one looks awesome. The UFO one is also really cool. I like the laser tag and the go-karts. It's very fun. The golfing's cool and all. I'm not a huge fan of golfing. That's just personal. Air hockey's awesome, though. I love air hockey. The water park and the Ferris wheel, although cool, I do think they're very enjoyable, and I see why you would add them. There's not a huge reason to do them, other than just having fun with the mechanics, which, I mean, is a reason to play it. But I'm thinking of it more as like an RPG aspect, so I guess that's kind of my perspective versus someone else's perspective. they're fun. I really like playing them. I hope there's a little bit more of a connection to it, to everything else. Man, I'm fucking funny. Bingo, 10 out of 10. I'm an old fucking hag. I love bingo. You don't need anything else for that. You gain money from it. Awesome. I love bingo. I'll play that shit daily. And it's cheap as hell. I love bingo, man. I like playing bingo. That's all I got. Gas station got scratchers. Jerry's got more. You can sell trash like scratchers that you can't bin anything on. Those are fun, I guess. Not a whole lot to add from that one. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun to play. I would recommend it. I would recommend trying it out. Beyond this, we will continue towards stuff. I know this took a while. I had a lot of issues with my work schedule, so this one took a bit. The next ones will start to come together a little bit more than these last two, but I'm glad people are having fun with them. I enjoy making them, so yeah. Goodbye.